Hello, and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are back in Spin Tires taking a look at one brand new mod with two different versions from CCS. Now, he's got two versions, 2-door and 4-door Ford Broncos, and they're both Powerstroke swapped. So, it's going to be a really interesting vehicle to drive. The wheel design is new. I mean, yeah, I know a lot of people are going to be like, about the fact that they are kind of mall crawler-ish, deep dish wheels. But we're going to see how they do, and it's got a really good-looking suspension. The axles and the suspension are done really, really nicely. So let's do that. It starts up instantly. I don't think any other vehicle I've driven in Spin Tires lately actually starts up that quick. But let's see how it flexes by attempting to get it to flex on the other one. All we gotta do is turn the wheel. That's literally all we have to do. And then we're gonna take it down some trails and see how it does, kind of in a trail environment. So, let's see. Alright, come on. Okay, easy. Well, give me a second. There, easy. Okay. So, we know one thing. It can flex pretty well. Now, it's... It's at a bit of an odd angle, but it's still got no problem at all flexing up on the other Bronco. So I am going to put it in automatic mode, and we're going to take the 4-door version down some trails, and then we're going to take the 2-door version down some other trails, and just see how they both do, like, kind of in respect to each other. Now, I feel like it's going to be almost a little bit of a the difference between the Jeep JK versus the JKU, whereas the JK has some, kind of the standard issues that come with a short wheelbase, but it also has the plus sides from it. This, I feel like, is going to be kind of the same thing. One's going to have some advantages because of its wheelbase, and the other is going to have some advantages because of its wheelbase, but they're going to both have downsides as well, so it's just kind of like, it's kind of what you get when you, but it's nice because you get both versions. So whatever map you're doing or whatever kind of situation you find yourself in, you can use either the long wheelbase version or the short wheelbase version. So that's actually, you know what? That's pretty decent. It keeps sliding back a little bit, but you guys get the... It almost went over, but you guys get the picture. It's actually pretty decent. And when I did that, you could kind of see the underside of the truck, and you could see that not only is there a lot of work in the suspension, but, like, the chassis underneath and the exhaust looks really good, too. Throw it up into high. A little bit of progress here. This map is, like, it's weird because it's varied, but at the same time, like, out in the middle of the map, it can be a little bit bland because you get into some of these trails that just kind of run along the landscape. However, this map does have some redeeming factors, and the redeeming factors are the fact that some areas of the map are legit intense. Like, they are pretty damn cool, though. Does a really good job. Honestly, it does a really good job of keeping its grip and just really kind of going along the trail nicely. Like, there's no wheel spin at all, which is funny because you look at this and you're like, it's a mall crawler on mud graps, and that's all it is. Not quite. It's a lot more, actually, than a mall crawler on mud graps. In fact, I have an idea. I have no clue if this is going to work or not. But power and see what happens. Oh wow, yeah, okay. So that just proved something else to me right there. It's got grip forever. Doesn't just have good grip, it's got great grip. On this little, like, cliffside road. It's not even like a death road because there's, like, a little lip on the edge to protect you from going off the side. So it's pretty far from a death road. Actually, I want to see what's over here. To the right. Oh, come on. Don't flip. See? Not a problem. This thing starts up so quick. It's literally the quickest starting vehicle that I've driven in a long time, if ever driven on Spin Tires. It's like, it's either the fastest starting one I've ever driven or the fastest starting one that I've driven in a long time. And by a long time, I mean like a really long time. Damn, dude, you put it in high, it doesn't even flinch when you throw it at mud. Even in high range, it just, like, dude, it just eats the mud. It's just crazy. God, that is insane. That is ridiculous. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and park the 4-door one here and check out the 2-door one, and we'll take a different trail. Now, where does the... If I take this trail, right, let's see, right here, we can go down and go through some rock trails. So there's some crawling, and then maybe, ooh, like some good hills over here. Okay, yeah, we'll go that way. That way looks fun. That actually looks like a really good way to test this thing out, too. Now, the shorter wheelbase version is probably going to be a little bit more prone to falling over, but as long as we're careful, that shouldn't be a problem. Stick it in low, and dude, it's like it's like one of those vehicles that doesn't really care what's in its way. It just kind of is gonna, it's like, you know, it's gonna just barrel through it anyway. It's kind of a unique spot on this map. You've got like water and rocks. Not a lot of maps do that, so that's really cool. Oh yeah, you can see there the flex is actually really good. Better than I had expected, actually. So we want to go left. Definitely left. A little bit of a hill, but we can still use it to our advantage. Well, use it to our advantage. I say use it to our advantage in the form of testing this thing out. Broncos are cool. There's just like, they're like that one weird in-between vehicle. They're not quite, like, they're not as small as a Jeep, but they're not technically as big as like a full-size or truck. So they're like this weird in-between kind of, it's like they've got full-size proportions, but at the same time they're short like a Jeep. So it's weird. They're really odd vehicles. A lot of people like them, though. They kind of have this cult following that goes on around Broncos, and I think that the guys that actually do off-road Broncos, they are really, really cool, and they do like they do a good job. If like a Bronco's built right, it's gonna go wherever you point it. But that's the same can be said for like a built Toyota or a built Jeep. They all can go wherever you point them if you build them right. It just comes down to who's the actual builder, and if you get a good builder behind one of these things, they can really do some work off-road. Starting to get a little bit of wheel spin. Getting hung up on some rocks is what was going on. Either go down to the right or go left up to the top of the hill. We're going to the top of the hill. Because honestly, what I would say is the best approach for something like this is like, it's just kind of an all-rounder. I mean, it looks like a mall crawler. Yes, I understand that. It doesn't look like a rugged, you know, off-road build. But in terms of performance, it's very good. In terms of performance, it's very good. I like it. I would recommend using it, actually. I think it's a fun vehicle to drive, and I think it's an effective vehicle off-road. I really do. It just comes... Ooh, trail got a little tricky. But yeah, I think it's definitely a vehicle worth looking at if you want something new and especially something a little bit different than a lot of the vehicles you've been using, you know, that you use kind of on a daily basis or on the basis of whenever you play spin tires, because a lot of people, myself included, will tend to use, you know, kind of the same vehicles. We get set on like a few different vehicles, but if you want to add something to your lineup, like, or your garage that's really effective and really, like, and technically totally worth your download space, this thing, I completely recommend it. Like, completely straight up recommend it. I'm putting it into automatic real quick because I want to get through this section quickly, and because on the map it looks like there's a big hill up here that'll be really fun. Oh, yep. Okay, yeah, this is going to be fun. From the other view. Got to keep your momentum going or you will tip over. Especially in a shorter wheelbase vehicle. It started to go. That's one of those moments where you just have to floor it and just know that if you floor it, you'll be okay. That was fun, though. Like, that was a really fun test. I think this is definitely one of the best best new vehicles that I've used in a while, but I highly recommend downloading it. And if you guys enjoyed this mod review, don't forget to hit the like button. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed.